Quitting social media is a stupid idea. It's such a part of our daily life that quitting it completely is a nuisance. And not even an option for a lot of people. This new trend of quitting is dumb and it doesn't work. Social media isn't bad, but its addictive design and the way we use it is. Rather than quitting, we need to learn how to be in control of our social media use and not let it control us. Hi, I'm Tom, and my day job is to create short-form content for companies. So you can imagine how much time I spend on these apps. But my biggest addiction was YouTube. It got to the point where I watched YouTube while walking down the street, and shopping for groceries, cooking, eating, showering. I couldn't go to sleep without a YouTube video playing in the background. So it was really bad. But now, my screen time looks like this. So in this video, I'll explain how you can beat doom scrolling forever and be in control of the time you spend online. A lot of us think we want to quit social media. But why? Why do you want to quit? Well, it's bad for me, and there's a lot of benefits to quitting social media. Okay, cool. But let's be real. Most of us deep down don't really want to quit. We don't really have a good reason to. You need to have a good reason why you want to limit your social media. First of all, just because it's really hard. And if you want to do anything that's really hard just for the fuck of it, well, it's not going to work out. And second, it's a continuous battle. You need to have a good reason to be able to stay off of social media for months and years on end until it becomes your new way of operating. But staying off these apps is not the hard part. It's when you realize when all of a sudden you have all this free time on your hands. So you gotta have a good plan what you're gonna do with this time. And for this to be the most effective, your plans of the things you're gonna do should align with the reasons why you want to limit your social media. So here's what that looks like for me. I want to be more creative, more confident, and stop comparing myself to others, ultimately to be a better content creator. And my plan to spend my free time is to make videos, go for a walk, read a book, or just be bored. My plans align with my reasons, which ultimately keeps me away from mindless scrolling. To truly be in control of your social media use, you gotta have the right mindset. The mindset of a responsible gambler. He knows all the money he's walking into the casino with is lost already. So you gotta look at social media the same way. Say you got an essay that needs to be finished in 5 hours. You got plenty of time, you think you'll hop on TikTok just for half an hour and then you'll start work. Well, it's the same as a gambler walking into a casino thinking he's only gonna play one hand. Of course that's not gonna happen, he's gonna play all his fucking money. And that's exactly what you're gonna do with all your time. You're gonna wake up after those 5 hours and think like, shit, where did all the time go? So to be in control, we gotta realize we're not really in control. It's a dangerous game we're playing, and we need to respect how addictive these apps actually are. But the biggest thing for you to be able to control your social media use is to see the videos for what they really are. Most of this stuff is a waste of time. Half of them are ads, and the productivity videos are not really that productive. Only like 10% is actually worth it. And there's an easy way to find out if the stuff you're watching is a waste of time or is it actually productive. But you gotta promise me that you won't click off this video once I tell you the answer. Because after this, I'm gonna give you some actual life-changing tips that you can do right now to break your habit of mindlessly consuming content and finally grab social media by the balls and be in control. Okay, so to figure out if this video is a waste of time, you gotta answer one question. Did you search for it or was it suggested to you? If it was suggested to you, 90% chance it's a waste of time, because you won't actually do anything that's said in the video. But if you actively went out and searched for this video, there's a much higher chance you will actually learn something and take some action. Okay, so we got a good reason, we got a solid plan, we got the right mindset, but that's not enough. We need to make some practical changes in our life, because all of us have a nasty habit of checking our phone the split second we get bored. And the only way to fix that is to delete that shit off your damn phone. But as we discussed in the beginning, some of us need these apps, or you just don't want to go off the grid completely. So you got two options. Option 1. Use the browser version on your computer. You can do everything you need from the browser version, it's just more inconvenient, and it's not accessible all the time, which is perfect. But some people need the apps on their phones. Like me, I can't rock up to work and be like, oh yeah, I don't have Instagram or TikTok on my phone. So the second option that we have is to buy another phone. I bought an iPhone X for like $100 and I use that as my work phone. I keep Instagram and TikTok on there, so when I'm done with work I can turn it off and forget about it. And it works best if it's a worse phone than your actual one, because the less enjoyable it is to use, the less time you will spend using it. And this has worked wonderfully for me because I was able to stop that mindless addictive doom scrolling and still feel like I'm in the loop and not living under a rock. But staying off YouTube, now that's a different beast. YouTube is just so essential to my day that it's hard to stay off it. And these blocker websites don't really work because they're so easy to turn off. And I do actually need to use YouTube throughout my day quite frequently. Is it for looking up a tutorial or getting a certain sound effect? Whatever it might be. I open up YouTube with a certain plan in my mind. But then I see all the thumbnails and the titles, and then a video catches my eye, and boom, 30 minutes later, I haven't done the thing I went on there in the first place. And this has happened to me way too many times. But there's this app that's called Untrapped, has completely changed my life and the way I interact with YouTube. So here's what you can do with this thing. You can turn off the goddamn shorts completely. You can turn off the homepage. You can turn off the suggested videos on the sidebar. And you can even turn off the comments. Which is great because I noticed I spent more time reading them than watching the actual video, which is not great for my attention span. But I've been using this app for a month now, and I can't recommend it enough. So if you want to keep using YouTube but eliminate all the distractions, definitely give this thing a try. So by this point, we've pretty much mastered social media discipline. But there's one more important thing that you need to know for you to be able to live this lifestyle consistently. You absolutely must schedule these cheat days or cheat periods when you can just let loose and enjoy watching whatever you want to watch. For me, those are Saturdays and Sundays when I just turn off all the restrictions and enjoy myself. Because what's the point of all this if you can't kick back and enjoy your favorite YouTuber from time to time? So use it, but don't abuse it.